Welcome to Gardenville.tv. Bloom 2012 is the place to be, and to be in a gold medal winner's garden is even a better place. Jane McCorkell, congratulations on winning a gold medal.
Thank you, Kathryn.
Can you tell us the name of your garden and who's sponsoring it?
The garden is called My Garden, and it's sponsored by Growwise from Bordenamona.
Now, you've designed a fantastic style garden with all sorts of things happening in it. Can you tell us how you came up with the concept?
The garden, well, the name says it all, My Garden. It's a garden that I hope that everybody would aspire or could aspire to have or want to be in themselves. It's designed as a suburban back garden, so you've got the back panelling fencing and with a long lawn through the centre of it down to a nice central piece there, the piece of sculpture by Bob Quinn. The path takes you down the side of the garden down to a glass house so you can potter away inside, and then round then behind the beech hedge to a secret sort of potting area so you can still engage with gardening and have some fun.
I suppose a lot of people thinking, watching this clip, the glass house. Is the glass house a very popular part of the garden?
It is, yeah. The glass house is popular. It's from a company called Polydome, and we painted it to sort of blend it back in. I think in Ireland, where you've only really got a couple of months of real heat, the glass house is a great space to have in March, where you can go out, sit down in the garden, engage with everything, and maybe start planning for next year. Not as popular as the potting area.
Oh, well, the potting area, we're going to surprise our viewers. We're going to bring you into this most amazing potting area. But let's talk about the plants that you've actually planted here in the garden, and just give us an idea of what you have here.
We have some nice trees in the garden. We've got some nice yew cones, which would give lovely structure in the winter. Box balls, again, which would be there in the winter time. And then I have a lot of herbaceous plants, starting with nice blue and whites, which is a colour combination I love, going up into the yellows and then into the deep colours. So that's throughout the garden. And then we have a small salad area which is divided off from the garden with 2 espalier apple trees.
Now, just explain to me the espalier apple trees. How does that work?
Well, they're trained onto some they're trained onto canes, excuse me, and you could train them against a wall, or you could train them on posts with wire. You know, they don't have to be just only on the canes.
And then you've sort of cordoned off that whole vegetable area with a bit of box hedging.
Yeah, box hedging is great. It's easy to look after. You know, it gives you structure in the winter. It hides all your sins of all the weeds behind it. So I think it's a great plant, and more gardens should have it.
Yeah, and of course it's evergreen, so you have that colour in your garden in the winter.
Yeah, people are always on, we want more colour, but green is the most basic colour to have in the winter. It's the greatest.
And what about the birds and the bees? I can see now as I'm sitting here, there's loads of bees going about their business here.
Well, you know, you don't have to have wildflower meadows just to have bees. Bees love herbaceous plants. Yeah. Anything with a flower. So it can be as unorganised or as organised as you like. You'll still get the wildlife in here.
So can you bring us into your interesting spot at the back in your kitchen area, where you've got all the bits and pieces, your taps and your little kitchen area? Yeah. What made you design that in your garden?
I wanted people to have somewhere they could go to that you could enjoy, be a garden enthusiast, and it didn't interfere with how nice the rest of your garden was.
Yeah, so how did you come up with the design on this then? What way did you do it?
Well, we worked it out that you would have a path that would be wide enough for the wheelbarrow and comfortable access, and then we put in a beech hedge and a nice gate that blends in with the fencing. And then,
now, I must stop here. I love the fencing and I love the gate, and I think the colour is fabulous. What colour is that?
It's called Whistler Green. It's from Dulux.
Yeah, it's a super colour, isn't it?
It's a very nice green
calm sort of colour.
Yeah, and then the slightly different colour then with the glass house.
Okay.
It just blends together.
And then you come in, and this area is not enormous, but you've made a fantastic organised spot. It's coming into, you've planted here on the left. What have you done?
That's just a beech hedge. So in the winter time it'll be the bronzy colour, and then the piece of sculpture on the other side of it will stand out really, really well in the winter. So when your flowers are gone, your piece of sculpture really comes to life.
Right. And then we come down into this kitchen area. Now, this is fantastic. I bet you a lot of people here over the past few days are saying, oh, this is definitely what I
This
want.
is what I want, yeah. And it's really what it is the working space. You've got your sink, you can fill up your watering can, you've got the stand here for the bucket, you've got your sink for washing, you know, your water's there. The water's collected on the roof with the sedum. It comes down the gutter. Here, the old gutter, so the sedum comes down the gutter into here. We have a tank underneath. The water is then recycled through to here. Okay, so you're not having to have loads of water from your house. Your charges are down.
And is that easy to put in a garden now, if you were doing that?
No, it's not difficult. You just got to think about it first, you know, and work it out. And it's not hard. And sedum roofing isn't expensive. You know, you buy it on a mat. It's like buying a roll-up lawn. It's the same sort of thing.
Okay, and then of course your roof then has got that sort of
It's
little
got a tilt
area.
on it,
Yeah.
and the tilt is there so that when you're back at the house, you're not looking up at tiles. You're looking at a nice green roof as opposed to tiles.
And do you need to maintain that a lot?
No,
or-
it looks after itself.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
this
it looks
day and
after
age when
itself.
people are busy,
Yeah.
making the garden as easy as it can be
Yeah.
is a big advantage
Yeah,
too.
and then you've got all your shelves then, and if you go to this area here, you've got your potting bench with a little lip to take down so you can clean off easy, you know.
And how can somebody get this equipment now for their
This was
garden?
made bespoke for us by a carpenter. We just explained to him exactly what we wanted and showed him lots of pictures, and he was able to build it.
Now, if somebody was looking to actually have the same as you have here today, how can they get it?
They have to contact me.
That's exactly it.
Yes.
And that's the part of the business,
Well,
of
that's-
course.
That's the whole point of being at Bloom. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So they contact you. Now, Jane, how can they contact you?
Yeah, I have a website. It's janemccorkelllandscape.ie or, you know, jane@janemccorkelllandscape.ie. So it's very simple.
Well, you know what? I can picture myself now in my own garden. I would just love coming out and it being organised. I think for a lot of people, the problem is they've got stuff all over the place. They'd have it up in the shed.
Yeah.
They'd have other stuff maybe in the kitchen. You need to get your scissors. You
Everything's
have
here.
it all. So
Seeds.
I can pop out of my kitchen, come into my area, do all my bits and bobs, and go straight into my garden and get on with what I love doing.
And the nice thing is you can come here, you can work away, and if you don't get it all finished, it doesn't matter. It's still not going to destroy the beauty of your garden on the other side.
You know, sometimes the kitchen can be a little bit untidy.
Yeah, you got to hide away your mess.
Exactly. Well, Jane McCorkell, many congratulations on your prize at Bloom 2012, and thank you very much for joining us and telling us about your fabulous garden, Boardnamona Grow Wise Garden, at Bloom 2012.